Ariana Madix's heart may have been broken by Tom Sandoval, but she is far from broken. Following the shocking news that Sandoval, her 9-year partner, had been having an affair with Madix's close friend and co-star on Vanderpump Rules, Raquel, previously known as Raquel, Leviss, the long-term reality show couple called it quits last spring. The adultery stunned viewers, helped Madix land a number of marketing deals and significant new roles, including those with Lay's potato chips and Dancing with the Stars, and resulted in an Emmy nomination for the charmingly camp Bravo series, which had been losing viewers after 10 seasons. Her contribution to the conversation goes beyond simply offering a bag of chips to anyone. According to Amy Luca, Executive Vice President and Global Head of Social at Media, Monks, she has a story to tell. She most likely plays a significant creative role in whatever such collaborations entail, which is fantastic for agencies and companies. Luca, who is also an adjunct professor of digital marketing at the USC Marshall School of Business program, continued, "We love when we get some creative partnership. And her true calling is entrepreneurship." Madix, a native of Melbourne, Florida, has stated in the open that she is open to closing several agreements. "Our family has not been wealthy through the generations." For a June cover story, she stated, "I want to make enough money to be able to take care of my mom and my brother and any other family members who may or may not need it. I want to never, ever, ever worry about it. I'll work as hard as I can to avoid having to." She has, in fact. The so-called Scandoval began in early March 2023. By the middle of June, Madix had already collaborated on social media posts with 10 brands, including well-known businesses like Uber One, Bic Razors, Lay's, Glad, and Duracell, in addition to Belisa sex toys and Raising Cane's chicken restaurants. A lot of the posts featured Easter eggs for Pump Rules fans and gags about Sandoval. In a video posted on Instagram and TikTok, she remarked coolly, "I buy my own batteries now, and I prefer Duracell." The statement alluded to Sandoval's complaints throughout their relationship on the program that Madix didn't appreciate that he bought household goods. He griped to his business partner and best friend Tom Schwartz, "There are pens in the drawer and batteries in the drawer because I do that." There have been more indirect posts. She cheekily commented, "Sometimes you just gotta change your vibe," under a photo that promoted a Belisa vibrator giveaway. Madix clinks glasses with a financial counselor in a SoFi advertisement, and the advisor says, "We're all on Team Ariana. Others were just plain victorious. I was treated to a shopping spree at Bloomingdale's." The reality star, captioning a shot of herself looking ferocious in a daring, long-sleeved red dress that referenced to the classic red dress she'd worn to the tearful Vanderpump Rules reunion in May, said, "I've never felt hotter." Luca told the Post, "She's got a good team behind her who's looking for those opportunities and brand deals." Luca calculated that some of the larger corporations would probably pay a reality star like Madix, who has 2.2 million Instagram followers, $50,000 to $70,000 each post, despite the wide variety of costs for social media posts. Although some transactions might have gone into the low 6 digits, according to Luca, these kinds of sums are usually only given to A-listers like singer Dua Lipa. The current members of Madix's team include publicist Susan Mador, who coincidentally also represents Dancing with the Stars co-host Derek Hough, and manager Kasra Ajur, whose clients include Danny Pudi from the sitcom Community. Madix's representatives declined to comment on this story. Madix has benefited from the separation in other ways besides brand alliances. She came up with the idea to sell clothing for their upcoming, long-delayed, oddly titled sandwich shop in West Hollywood, There's Something About Her, with business partner and castmate Katie Maloney, shortly after the separation, as a means to give fans a way to support Madix. Sales of the merchandise, which included hats, sweatshirts, and a F***me in this shirt, top mocking a remark made by Sandoval about Madix wearing a t-shirt during sex, surpassed $100,000 in less than 36 hours after it was posted online. On March 23, Maloney revealed that the Vanderpump cast had reached a milestone, $200,000. A friend of Madix's who was involved in the merchandise launch informed Vanity Fair in June that sales were still consistent. At that same period, Madix launched her own web store selling revenge merchandise, featuring t-shirts and hats bearing phrases like, "It's not me, it's you," and "Ride or Die." The next month, Madix and Lip Lab collaborated to create 4 exclusive lipstick hues. Luca stated that entering the cosmetics industry makes him think of the Kardashian family, among other things. The model that Kris Jenner pioneered is being really worked on by her team, she stated. You take a public event that gains some notoriety and you leverage it into a ton of business transactions and other ventures that are true to that skill. Additionally, she had a part in the Lifetime film Buying Back My Daughter, which made its premiere in early October. Though it didn't get much attention, at least one critic called Madix's performance shockingly good, which might pave the way for larger roles. In the midst of the controversy, the reality star also managed to quickly publish a cocktail recipe book. A sort of sequel to her and Sandoval's book, Fancy AF Cocktails, Drink Recipes from a Couple of Professional Drinkers, which was published in December 2019, is Single AF Cocktails, which went on sale on December 5. Given that Madix is well known and her first book sold well, 82,000 copies, according to Nielsen Bookscan, one editor at a competing cookbook publisher thinks that Madix received an advance in the mid to high 6 figures for the current book, which was published by Clarkson Potter. The fact that Harvest Publications, a separate publisher, released the first book was also mentioned by the editor, raising the possibility of a bidding war or a move to increase revenue. However, the editor noted that it appears improbable that Madix would have received a 7-figure advance because cocktail books aren't as popular as traditional cookbooks. But because of her celebrity, if any cocktail book could fetch 7 figures, this one would be it, the editor remarked. Madix won a significant sum of money for his pirouette on Dancing with the Stars. She advanced to the December finals with her professional dance partner Pasha Pashkov, where they finished in 3rd place. The main victors were actresses Val Shmerkovsky and Xochitl Gomez. Contestants on the show are initially paid $125,000 for practicing and making an appearance on a few early episodes, according to Variety. However, it's said that contestants who go to the final, like Madix, might earn up to $300,000 for the season. Madix hasn't managed to separate herself from the property she shares with Sandoval, even with her wealth. Then couple spent somewhat more than $2 million in 2019 for a contemporary farmhouse in Valley Village, Los Angeles, including a pool. After the breakup, they both stayed in the house together, and Madix has maintained that despite all of her deals, she's not getting rich. "I'm not wealthy. I don't own millions of dollars," she declared in an August podcast. "Money has to go to a lot of places that I have." On Bravo's Watch What Happens Live last Sunday, Madix informed Andy Cohen that she wishes to sell Sandoval her share of the house. She said to Cohen, "I would love for that to be resolved quickly. Thus, it would be wonderful if Sandoval's attorney, Joe Weiner, could actually get back to my attorney. She is also relocating to New York, if only temporarily." It was revealed that Madix will be performing an 8-week run on Broadway as Roxy Hart in Chicago, following her stellar run on DWTS. It begins on January 29th, which is a convenient day as that is when Bravo's new season of Vanderpump Rules premieres. A Broadway insider stated that the musical move is more about reputation than making a lot of money because Chicago producers Fran and Barry Weissler aren't known for paying large salaries. The insider told the Post, "I can't imagine Ariana Madix is making much money. A reality star who doesn't do it for the money can easily try to stay relevant by performing in Chicago on Broadway." The part has gained notoriety for stunt casting in recent years. In 2020, Erika Jayne, a Bravo celebrity from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, performed the Cell Block Tango. Last year, Pamela Anderson tried her hand at the job, which helped her book Love Pamela and documentary Pamela, A Love Story garner some notice. The insider said, "At least Madix studied musical theater, so it won't be as unbearable to watch as some celebrities before her." A casting director with an Emmy nomination who has contributed to some of the most popular TV programs is also eager to point out that Madix is better trained than a lot of his reality-based peers. The casting director stated rather plainly, "Ariana is more talented than someone like an Erika Jayne. He pointed out that Madix was a bartender with acting ambitions early in her Vanderpump Rules narrative. It's not difficult to picture her being chosen for a huge ensemble role in a network-scripted series, such as Friends or Grand Crew. Furthermore, Madix's Scandoval history is not a distraction, according to the casting director. Fans of Vanderpump Rules would be thrilled about the link, but most people wouldn't know who she was. I think you wouldn't cast her too far from who she is. I could see her in a half-hour sitcom, he remarked. She would essentially act as herself.